Now, I haven't seen anybody else really make this video, so today we are going to talk about the Master Ball Reverse Holos from the Japanese set 151. But we're going to talk about, are these cards completely overhyped? Are you guys overpaying? Are these cards going to be just like the Sword and Shield alternate arts that are now worth half of what they were? And I just want to say I love the idea of the one per box. I really wish we would have got that for English. It really gets people to collect reverse holos again. Because everybody I know does not do master sets anymore. They just collect all the illustration rares or special illustration rares or golds or full arts, whatever it is, trainers. So this is a great idea. But are these cards worth more than some of the most beautiful cards ever created? I mean, these cards are still new, guys. All right, we're starting off with the Pikachu. PSA 10 was $690 in August. Dipped down to $505. All the way back up to $835, and is on its way down right now, $530. So that's pretty crazy. But if you look at the raw prices, which is the blue, went from $345. That's kind of been pretty even around $350 the whole time. Went up to a little bit over $4, dipped down to $350, and is now leveling out at about $450 raw. So now you got to think, if the raw is going up and the PSA 10 is going down, a raw will never be worth more than a PSA 10. Like, ever. So, there is a cap. And if the PSA 10s keep coming down, eventually the raw copies are going to come down a little bit. And the PSA 9, I don't really care too much about that. In my opinion, I would not waste my money on PSA 9s anymore, because there are so many graded cards in the world that the only ones that really matter are PSA 10s, and in my opinion, the Black Label Beckett. That's the grail of graded cards. Alright, we are going to look at the Mewtwo next. Same thing, look at that. $378 all the way down to brutal $135. For a PSA 10, raw's been about even. $70, $80, $90, down to $60 a little bit there. $85, so about the same. So, and it's still going down a little bit. I really feel like these cards are definitely a little overpriced. And I've been doing research, and I know a lot of people are getting print lines on these cards. So that does suck. And so a lot of people probably are not going to get those graded. And these sales are based off of eBay sold listings. So, I mean, pretty crazy. That is an insane drop. Just imagine the people that bought this, that bought this at $300. And it's now worth $130 something. I do understand how rare these really are. Like, they are rare. I mean, I think it's like 1 in 3,000 packs technically to get the exact card you want, when a Moonbreon is like 1 in like 1,500. Rough guess. But let's do the Dragonite. This is the only one I was really interested in. I'm a huge Dragonite fan, huge Dragonite collection. I do love the Mewtwo. I do have a Mewtwo collection also, but Dragonite's my boy. So we got 220 in the PSA 10. Down to 128. Little dip back up to 152. Leveling out 114 was the low. Leveling out at 120. And the raw is holding strong. Went all the way down to $40 there for a little bit. And ended up about $75. So yeah, if these PSA 10 prices keep coming down, the raw prices are eventually going to come down. Let's look at a couple more. It's just shocking on how expensive these are. Is this Vaporeon better than this Zapdos EX? Yes, this Vaporeon is much, much rarer, but that Zapdos is beautiful. And I thought we were collecting for the art. Alright, the Vaporeon right here. PSA 10, they don't even really have any PSA 9 sales. 155 down to 79, back up to $100. Raw, it's crazy. Raw's been just pretty equal the whole time. Maybe even a little bit of an uptick. But drop it down to 58 there. But in my opinion, if this were me, I'm not collecting these. Like I said, I maybe want a couple, but I'm waiting. The odds of these being a lot more expensive in a year, you got to think, we have not had anything better than 151. So this is still the best thing to collect right now in Modern. So, of course, this stuff is going to have a premium. But wait till Pokemon's going to have something up their sleeve for the last half for Scarlet and Violet. They always usually bring the heat in the last half. But I just think people are overpaying for these cards. And I think people think there's only like 1,000 boxes opened. There was a ton. But I've seen all over on YouTube comments, Reddit, and everything. People got a ton of those boxes. You know, it was like one per person. People made a ton of accounts. It was crazy. People ended up with a ton. And everybody's chasing this Pikachu. So a lot of these boxes are opened. I know a lot of people are sitting sealed, but a ton of these are getting opened. Because, I mean, it's fun. You're also getting the special illustration areas with the chase of the Master Ball. Who wouldn't want to open that? In my opinion, at $200 a box, when these boxes are supposed to be like 50 bucks, I probably wouldn't open that. Danny Phantom just made a video about the absolute low, like the lowest amount of value you can get in the opening the booster box, and the highest amount of value. I want to say it was like 25 and like 600. Go check that video out if you want to get more in depth on these Master Balls. He just went over the raw prices. That's why we're doing the PSA 10. Let's check the Haunter. Now I know the Haunter is very popular because everybody loves the Gastly, Haunter, and Gengar line. So this one might be a little different. And yeah, it is 115 down to 77, back up to 130, leveling out. I knew this line was going to be a lot more strong because it is honestly the best art of the reverse holos. Because in my opinion, a lot of these reverse holos, I don't think the art is that great. I don't know if it's just me, but I think people are blinded by the Master Ball. I know another one right here, the Psyduck, is really popular. PSA 10, 106, jumps up to 185, down to 123, down to 72, going up to 90. So that's one that's going actually up a little bit. But this art, again, nice looking art. I like the Charmander. I like that the grass is on fire for that. Love the Aerodactyl. I was actually curious on that. I was hoping this one was going to be holding strong. This art is crazy. I love this art. Like, I feel like they could make this into an illustration rare. So, let's see. It was at 108, down to 72, back up to 88. It's going up and down, leveling out at 80 bucks. Ra's on its way up, 54. So, kind of like looking through these. The prices on these are just crazy. But I really kind of hope that English does something like this. I know I've read multiple times that people said that it costs a lot of money to print these. So that's why the English didn't do it, but you never really know. Let's check the Bulbasaur. Ooh, not good. 190 all the way down to 76. So that just proves my point. Do not pay when this stuff is new and hyped. Unless you don't care about money. But if you care about money, I would definitely just always hold off and wait. You know, just maybe open a box if you get one here and there, or whatever it is, or a few packs, or watch at auctions. Maybe get... I always start off, if I really cannot wait and I need to get something, I will go get the cheapest things in the set. So that way, I'm not overpaying a ton, because at least I'm not spending a ton of money. But just having a few Master Balls would, you know, scratch the itch if you just really needed to get some. So, but that is a humongous drop. Ra's been about the same. 53, yeah, Ra's just holding strong. Because there's so many Master Balls that I think more people are definitely just trying to collect the set for like a binder than actually getting them all graded. That'd be just insane. We're going to look at that Gastly. That's what I wanted to look at. But yeah, I have not seen anybody talk about the negative side of these Master Balls. I just see everybody just hyping them up, hyping them up, hyping them up. All right, we got the Gastly here. 85, up to 95, 100, down to 66. So, honestly, For a Gastly card, it should be... That's an okay price. And for raw, it's $47. So look at that. We're like $15 away from each other. $47 to $66. Now, like I said, that raw will never surpass a PSA 10. So this card is tapped out at raw right now. If the PSA 10 is dropping, and guess what? People are still opening this set. If you go look at the PSA pop numbers, they're in the thousands for the more popular Pokemon. I think Pikachu's well into the thousands. So those numbers are just going to keep growing and growing and growing. Because this is a little biased, because I know not many people are buying PSA 10s for every one of these cards. So just because the PSA 10s are going down doesn't mean everything. But like I said, a raw will never go more than a PSA 10. So it doesn't really matter till it gets to close, till they get close to each other. Then it does matter, because then if the PSA 10s keep going down, which they probably will, because there's going to be more, the raw copies are going to go down as well. All right, we're going to look at one more card. Let's do the Erica's Invitation. I'm not a big trainer person, but I know a lot of people love her. $319. Crazy. I'm just trying to think what you could get for that. That is a crazy price. Hard fall to $165, $180, $190. Leveling out about probably $200, huh? $200 for the PSA 10. Raw held strong, $100 throughout, 90 to 100, 120. Leveling out about $95, $100. So pretty crazy. That's a very, very expensive card. But that drop is insane, And you gotta think, these are the most popular Pokemon in the set. Let's do one more of a not very popular Pokemon. Let's see here. Let's just do this Nidorino. Not too bad, not everybody's favorite. $111 for a PSA 10. Dip down to 91, 110. All the way down to $30. So that's where you're going to see a lot more of the DraStic drop, is all of the random ones. Not really randoms. The not so popular Pokemon. Which, I mean, all Gen 1 Pokemon are honestly pretty popular. That is probably someone's favorite Pokemon. Alright, we're going to do one more not so popular Pokemon to see the drop. Let's do the Raticate. $84 for a PSA 10. $68.60, $49, down to $36. Up a little bit to $43. While the raw copy is sitting at $25. Beware, don't spend all of your savings on these Master Balls. They are still new. They're still the most popular thing in Modern right now. You just never know what Pokemon's going to come out with. So, as soon as we get something new that kind of tops this, or even is just almost as good, I think the prices on these are just going to fall a little bit more. But I think down the road, if you wait and you're smart and you buy these on the low end, these are probably going to be very expensive, 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Because these are technically some of the rarest cards Pokemon has printed. It's just that there's so many and they're just so hyped that I think definitely people are overpaying just a little bit. And like I said, I am a big fan. I really wish they would have did this for English. But in my opinion, I don't think these should be this expensive. Like, I feel like all the Master Balls, for the more common Pokemon, should be $10 a card, maybe $15 a card, maxed for the raw copies. And then obviously a little bit more for the more popular Pokemon. I don't think they're that beautiful. Like, if you compare this to a Legendary Collection Reverse Holo, I think that blows this out of the water. And what's crazy is a lot of these are worth more than a near mint copy of a Legendary Collection Reverse Holo, which I guarantee you was printed a tenth of what these Japanese cards are printed. But I think down the road, like I said, 15, 20 years, I think these cards are going to be so expensive. But just as of now, definitely be cautious. So if you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell. My name is PokeBeard. And if you guys are interested in buying some Pokemon cards off of eBay, I know some people are sketched of eBay for some reason right away. You guys should check out my eBay store. We have 100% positive feedback. We have 1,200 followers on there, and we have over 21,000 cards sold. And we have a ton of different categories, alt arts. We have 99-cent auctions every single day. Definitely check it out. And if you guys want to see what is rising in price right now, make sure you check out this video. Otherwise, have a great day. See you later.